Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: Texas Rangers vs Detroit Tigers, Baltimore Orioles vs Tampa Bay Rays, and New York Mets vs Cincinnati Reds, which are happening on Monday, July 19, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. It's hard to back Gibson and the Rangers in this game. The Rangers' right-hander has struggled in his career against the Tigers and is fresh off of giving up a season-high 5 runs against them in his previous outing. Meanwhile, Mize should be fresh off after throwing less than 60 pitches in each of his previous 2 outings before the All-Star break. The Tigers' right-hander has given up 3 earned runs or fewer in 13 consecutive starts and should be able to put together another strong outing against the Rangers in this spot. You will not find a more inconsistent team than Texas this season, as they've swung so wildly in both directions that it is truly impossible to tell how they'll play from series to series. After beating Oakland on the 1st of July, the Rangers had won 6 of their next 8 games before going on to lose 7 of their next 10. They're now 4-7 in July, including a current 5-game losing streak. At 35-58, Texas has the second worst record in the AL and is 20.5 games out of first. The one thing the Rangers do have going for them is Kyle Gibson, who has been a true ace for them throughout the season. Overall, Gibson is 6-1 with an impressive 2.27 ERA and 1.07 WHIP over 17 starts. He leads the Rangers pitching staff in ERA, innings pitched, 102, and strikeouts, 88, and is second in wins. In his 8 starts away from home, Gibson has fielded a 2.93 ERA, and in his 2 July starts, he has struggled a bit with a 4.50 ERA over 12 innings. Detroit will counter with emerging right-hander Casey Mize, who has been one of the most profitable pitchers in the MLB this season. According to Covers.com, Mize ranks second in the MLB among starting pitchers and has brought in prospective bettors plus 948 in profits this season. The 24-year-old is 5'5" with a 3.59 ERA in 17 starts, but he has struggled to pitch deep into games as of late. Mize has failed to complete more than 4 innings in each of his last 2 starts and will be making his second consecutive start against the Rangers on Monday. Last time out, he limited Texas to just 2 runs in 4 innings of work, but was rendered with a no decision on the night. Mize has been the epitome of consistency for the Tigers this season. He has given up 3 earned runs or fewer in 15 of his 17 starts, including each of his last 13 outings. The Tigers' right-hander has fanned 7.27 batters and walked 2.55 batters per 9 innings of work. However, he could be due for some regression after benefiting from a .259 BABIP and 82.5% strand rate so far this season. Mize's previous outing was his lone career start against the Rangers. Per Baseball Savant, Mize has held the current Rangers roster to a slim .267 batting average in 15 plate appearances coming into Monday's contest. My betting advice for that game is to pick Detroit Tigers. I'm not ready to trust the Orioles just because they found life on the road against a Royals team with the 3rd worst record in the American League. Both teams are riding the same struggle bus, and the Orioles just so happen to be the ones to come out on top on Sunday. The Rays have dominated these head-to-head meetings flawlessly. Baltimore is still searching for their first victory in St. Petersburg, and it isn't going to come on a Monday in the series opener. The Orioles might have had some success against lefties, but they've had no success against the Rays. Ryan Yarbrough doesn't need to be perfect on the mound. He only needs to stave off enough bats and let the Rays' offense do the rest. Spencer Watkins has only 2 starts as a rookie, but this will be his first road start as a big leaguer. That doesn't bode well against the second-ranked team in the AL and a potential playoff contender. This will be a big teaching moment for the young arm. The Baltimore Orioles are a below-average offensive team this season as they have a combined .694 ops, which is tied for 21st in the majors. However, teams aren't scoring as well as they have been at home as so far on the road, they are scoring 3.96 runs per road game this season. This team does not walk much so they can be pitched around and not attacking and living in the strike zone. They are being led by center fielder Cedric Mullins, as he has a .918 ops with 16 home runs and 35 RBI. If they can be better as a team at attacking pitches, they will be in a better spot. Spencer Watkins has not pitched enough to factor into the percentile rankings, according to his baseball savant page. He has a 6.9 barrel percentage, 89.3 mph exit velocity, 14.6 strikeout percentage, and a 5.19 ZARA. Watkins has 4 pitches, fastball, cutter, curveball, changeup, and the heater has a .308 batting average, with a .538 slugging percentage. He hasn't pitched against the Rays, so it will be interesting to see how he attacks this lineup. Ryan Yarbrough already owns a victory over the Orioles, and he'll be looking for another one on Monday night. He pitched the Toronto Blue Jays into submission in his last 2 outings to extend his overall record to 6-3 with a 4.30 ERA. It obviously hasn't been all smooth sailing for Yarbrough, who is seeing the brunt of his struggles pitching at Tropicana Field. It's a problem that could ultimately play into the hands of the underdog Orioles. Baltimore's batting lineup has a .270 batting average against lefties this season, which certainly adds an extra layer of intrigue to this matchup. But you would be hard-pressed finding anyone actually bold enough to hang their hat on the Orioles showing up against a team that has consistently crushed them this season. Yarbrough should be motivated and confident he'll get the job done in this game. And so should Tampa Bay's batters. There really is no excuse for getting dusted up by a rookie pitcher at this point in the season. Things have been shaky for the Rays offensively, but they'll surely be able to build off their incredible performance against the Braves and put it to work in this series as well. If they can't hit off Spencer Watkins, this team has bigger problems on their hands. My betting advice for that game is to pick Tampa Bay Rays. The Cincinnati Reds are playing a better brand of baseball in this recent stretch of games than the New York Mets. Vladimir Gutierrez has been a lot better than Jared Eichhoff has, so the pitching matchup leans in Cincy's favor, as well as the offense as we highlighted earlier. The New York Mets enter this game in the midst of a small slump, as they have lost 3 of their last 4 games. On the bright side, the Mets managed to win their last game against the Pirates by 1 run on the road yesterday. In that game, New York pulled off a huge comeback as it trailed by 6 runs after the first inning, before the Mets scored 7 unanswered runs over the final 8 innings in order to secure the victory. However, that offensive outburst was a bit surprising as the Mets are averaging just 3.76 runs per game, which ranks 29th in the league. The New York Mets will be going with Jared Eichhoff as the starter for this game, which should make fans a bit nervous due to his performances in 2021. So far this season, he has a 0-1 record along with a 4.97 ERA. To make matters worse, he has a 7.50 ERA on the road, as he has looked practically useless in opposing ballparks up to this point. The Cincinnati Reds have been a good offensive team this season as they are 12th in MLB with a 739 ops. They are hitting the cover off the ball as they are hitting more than 1.23 home runs per game all year. Second baseman Jonathan India has been doing well as he has an .804 ops with 7 home runs and 36 RBI. If the Reds can continue to hit for power, they will be a good contender. Vladimir Gutierrez is considered to be the 13th ranked prospect in the Reds organization and has struggled according to his baseball savant page. He is in the 7th percentile in strikeout percentage, 14th percentile in barrel percentage, 27th percentile in walk percentage, and 35th percentile in average exit velocity. Gutierrez has a 5-pitch arsenal: fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, sinker, and his curveball has been his best pitch, has a .135 batting average and a just 2 extra base hits. It will be interesting to see how he attacks this Mets lineup for the first time in his career. The Cincinnati Reds enter this game in terrible form as they are in the middle of a 3-game losing streak, including an 8-run home loss against the Milwaukee Brewers in their last game. In that game, Cincinnati's offense was terrible as it failed to score a single run while recording just 5 hits. However, that underwhelming offensive performance was extremely surprising since the Reds are averaging 4.84 runs per game, which ranks 9th in the league. Now, Cincinnati trails Milwaukee by 7 games for first place in the NL Central as its division title hopes are starting to fade. As a result, the Reds will be looking to keep themselves within contention by winning this home game. My betting advice for that game is to pick Cincinnati Reds. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.